And I apologize for the beeping fire alarm in the background. I hope that's not super loud for everyone. Okay.
I don't even hear it, so.
Okay, good, good.
So whenever you guys want to get ready, just let me know.
Yeah, it looks like we have quorum. So if you'd like, I can share my screen here.
Sure.
Jessica, could you watch the waiting room just in case anyone else pops in?
Absolutely. Sure.
Great, thank you so much. All right, is everyone seeing this?
Yep.
Yep.
Great.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to the Northern Middlesex NPO meeting of October 22nd, 2024. Kelly, do you usually read them all, or do you want me to read it, or?
Usually Derek reads it if you want to
Okay.
run
Yep.
through.
You are invited to participate in our transportation planning process regardless of your race, color, national origin, including limited English proficiency, religion, creed, gender, ancestry, ethnicity, disability, age, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, veteran status, or background. All right. As I said, welcome everybody. Kelly, you're going to do the roll, correct?
Yes, I will. So we have Steve Wolfel.
Steve Wolfel, representative secretary and CEO of MassDOT. Monica Tippett's not here.
All right, and I believe I saw Brian Fallon.
Brian Fallon representing Highway Administrator Jonathan Gulliver.
Okay, Stephen Thamalis. I don't know if he's here. No. Pat Wojcik.
Here.
All right, Tom Boma. I don't know if he is here either. Karen Pulio.
Here.
And Wayne Janess.
Here.
All right, and I don't believe we have any federal partners here today. So this is the group. Roll
right.
call. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the next agenda item, which is open forum. Are there any members of the public who would like to address the NPO today? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 3, which is an action item, which are the minutes, consideration of approval of the minutes of September 25th, 2024. Can I get a motion, a second, to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All right, any changes or comments to the minutes? All right, seeing none, Kelly, you want to read the roll?
Sure. Steve Wolfel.
Yes.
Brian Fallon.
Yes.
Pat Wojcik.
Yes.
Karen Pulio.
Abstain.
Wayne Janess.
Yes.
All right, motion approved.
All right, we're on to agenda item 4, which is the main reason we're here today, I believe, right, Kelly? It's an action on the UPWP amendment, and I'll turn it over to you, Kelly.
Great, thank you so much. So as most of you are familiar with now, we have gone through the process of adjusting our UPWP twice in the last year. This time we are requesting an actual amendment. So just for clarification, an amendment requires a 21-day public comment period. So what we're asking for the board, we're asking of the board today is for a vote to approve this amendment to be released for a public comment period. The reasons we need to amend the UPWP are multiple. First is that we had a change in our contract with the LRTA. So the LRTA did not renew our annual contract. So we needed to move more staff time into our MassDOT contract. This means that a number of our tasks have increased by more than 25% of their original budget. We also, as a result, are proposing additional projects under not task 6, task 7, which is our transit-related projects. The second reason for the amendment to the UPWP is because we have updated our indirect rate. We completed an audit last January, and it significantly reduced our indirect rate. And so this allows us to move more staff time and frees up a little bit more of our direct expenses for additional technology, and allows us to complete a little bit more and put more staff under the UPWP. And then finally, because we created the UPWP and it was approved in June, there's a pretty big gap between when we complete the UPWP and when we actually begin the federal fiscal year. So we have more clarity about subtasks. Overall, there are no tasks or subtasks that were deleted or added. The overall budget is exactly the same. It is financially constrained. It is the budget that MassDOT has provided us. And so we haven't increased that. I did provide you all with a memo outlining the specific changes to tasks, which also included a table at the end that noted where those financial changes were being made and what proportion of the budget they were being made in. So I'm happy to go back to any of these tables or respond to questions if you have additional questions. The other area that we are proposing to have amended is an increase in our direct expenses by $4,889. And that allows for both increases to our Adobe software costs, which were announced since the last approval of the amendment or of the UPWP, and then also the purchase of an additional laptop for staff. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions about the memo. I know it's pretty long and detailed. I also invite any members of the MPO here, any members of the public who are here today to attend if the MPO votes to release this for public comment period today. I invite you to attend a virtual public meeting. We're going to hold two on November 6th, one at noon and one at 7. And if you vote to release this today, we'll announce those. I'll share those with our distribution lists very shortly after this message. And then we would return at the next MPO meeting to share any public comments that we received either virtually through those public meetings or via email. And then we would invite the MPO to vote to approve the amendment at that time. So with that, if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer regarding changes to specific tasks or the overall budget.
All right. Anyone have any questions for Kelly?
I just want to comment that the details behind all of the moves between the tasks and subtasks were very helpful. And it is just a very well thought out and presented document.
Great,
All
thank
right.
you.
Anyone else?
I fully agree with Karen. There's a lot of detail in here and nice job putting it together. I'll make that motion to release for public comment.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any last questions or comments? All right. Seeing none, Kelly, you want to read the roll?
Sure. Steve Wolfel,
Yes.
Brian Fallon,
Yes.
Pat Wojcik,
Yes.
Karen Pulio,
Yes.
and Wayne Jeunesse.
Yes.
Roll called, all approved. Thank you.
All right. With that, we'll move on to our next agenda item, which is agenda item 5, which is discussion on our meeting schedule for the rest of the year. Kelly, I assume you're going to handle this?
Yep, this is a quick one, but we have the unfortunate situation of having our upcoming meetings in November and December be right before the holidays. And so we have a request from MassDOT to move our November meeting back to Wednesday, December 4 at 2 p.m. That would be, as a result, we would consolidate our December and November meetings onto that one date. Hang on here. And then we wouldn't meet again until our regular meeting schedule would resume on January 22. I am curious if this group is available. A quorum would be really important for that meeting because we'd be talking about a number of important things. The first would be the close of the UPWP public comment period that just opened about 30 seconds ago. We'll also be talking about the public participation plan, our transportation evaluation criteria, the process to update that. And then the LRTA has some important approvals that they need from the MPO regarding safety performance targets. I believe there also may be a TIP amendment. And so those are things that would be coming up in December. But I'm just, I'm proposing that we meet on December 4 at 2, wondering if you all are available.
All right. What do people think about that date? Can people make that date work?
This is Karen. I currently have a conflict that looks like it won't change. I could meet later in the day.
Okay.
Or earlier, potentially.
Would 3 or 4 o'clock work better for you?
4 would be probably optimal.
Okay. Does 4 o'clock work with others here?
Unfortunately, I'm just the opposite. 4 o'clock is too late for me.
I can make 3 work probably.
Okay.
I could make 3 work. So if we want to compromise at 3, that'll work for me.
I think the problem with that might be MassDOT, because I think they are going to be at Merrimack Valley for a meeting right before ours.
I could do
Let me look.
noon.
Let me look at our calendar. Let's see. Well, why don't we go with December 4th at 3 and then we can figure it out, Kelly, for sure. I don't see anything on mine, but we can try to make that work. Let's assume we're
Okay.
gonna make 3 o'clock work on December 4th, and then if that doesn't work, we'll be back in touch.
Okay, and I'll follow up with Miranda as well.
Yep.
But then I'll also send out a calendar invite as a hold for everyone, so it's just on your calendars. Is there anyone else here who has a constraint at that time? Pat?
I'm fine anytime that day.
Okay, and Brian? No, I don't know. He's still here. Maybe not. Okay, I will follow up then with a calendar hold. Thank you so much.
All right, so stay tuned for that. We'll move on to agenda item 6, which is other business. Do any members have any other business for the NPO today?
We did have one additional item.
Sure, go ahead, Kelly.
Last Thursday, so I don't know, Brian, if you are here, if you wanted to talk through any changes to the transportation program or projects. I think he may have stepped away.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore,
Okay.
Kelly, so.
Well, what I will do is I can also send out this just in case people want to look at this a little bit more closely. I'll follow up to this group with a copy of the presentation just so you have it. And if you want to take a look, it looks like overall there may have been some changes to, it looks like Yankee Doodle has split into 2 separate projects. I can't confirm or deny that, but then we do have some changes to tip costs and an add date for Yankee Doodle Bike Path Construction Phase 1. So I'll send that out after this.
All right. That sound good, everyone? All right. And we'll make sure Brian's aware if there's anything he needs to add to that, Kelly. Okay.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right. So we're on the last agenda item. Can I get a motion and a second to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll probably see some people that moving together tomorrow. Everyone have a good Halloween and the rest of the fall, and we will see you in December at some point. But as you said, hold December 4th at 3. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Thanks. All right,
everyone.
Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.